Exercise 2.1 of ML Aggarwal, question number 4 is like this. It says, Ramesh invest rupees 12800 for 3 years. So, your principal is 12800. He is investing it for 3 years. He is mentioned it in the very beginning that he is taking this money for 3 years. So, you need to calculate it till I3. Okay. So, at the rate of 10% per annum, that is a beautiful thing that makes our calculation easy. At the rate of 10%, I will always write it like this. And until and unless I don't write anything, it means per annum. At 10%, meaning understood 10% per annum. Compound interest, find the sum due to Ramesh at the end of the first year. Sum due, मतलब A1 निकालना है आपको. So A1 can be calculated using your keen observation on my teaching, how I explained you the compound interest. You can first of all find I1, which will be equal to P1 RT upon 100. Hope you are following this. That is 12800. Hello class, are you following this? Into
Yes,
10.
yes, sir.
Into
Yes,
time
sir.
is
Sir, into 10
1 upon
into
100.
1. Sir, upon 100.
So see, this 2 zeros cancel and you get 1280.
Sir, 128.
Okay. This becomes
Yes,
your
sir.
interest at the end of 1 year, but I am supposed to tell A1. So A1 will be equal to P1 or P is only the P1 plus I1. That is 1280 plus, 12800 plus 1280. And your addition must be proper. So 0 is added to 0 to make it 0. 8 is added to 0 to make it 8. 2 plus 8 becomes 10, carry 1, and 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 1 4, and 1. This is how I add. So this becomes rupees 14080 Indian rupees. So this is your amount at the end of 1 year. The first part is solved. I hope you follow this. The second part of this says the
Yes, sir.
interest he earns for the second year. Interest he earns for the second year, there are two ways. I'll solve it
Sir,
for both the ways.
principal is 14080.
For the second part, the first way which I taught you was, that is, yes, principal for the second year. Find the principal for the second year, and that will be equal to your amount at the end of 1 year, and that is 14080. You follow this aspect.
Yes,
That is,
sir.
whatever is the amount at the end of the previous year will become the principal for the next year. So principal for the second year is amount at the end of 1 year, that is 14080. And you calculate the interest of the second year using the formula P2R T
P2R
upon 100. And from
Yes,
this
sir.
you get that I2 is equal to P2. P2 is 14080 into rate is 10 into time is 1 upon 100. And I can scratch off the 0 and okay, one more 0 to make it 1408 interest of the second year. And they asked us how to calculate the interest only. So the interest he earns in the second year is calculated like this. Now I will say that alternately what you could have done, and because I am in the process of teaching you this, so I want you to know this, that alternately you could have also calculated it. Alternately, you know that your I1 is 1280. So what can be your I2? I2 is nothing but
I1 plus 10% of I1.
yes, I1 plus 10% of I1. यानी कि गिवन साल के इंटरेस्ट पर इंटरेस्ट निकाल कर गिवन साल के इंटरेस्ट पर जोड़ दो तो अगले साल का इंटरेस्ट आ जाता है. यानी कि I2 निकालने के लिए अगर I1 पर 10% निकाल कर I1 पर ही जोड़ दो तो I2 आ जाता है. दैट इज 1280 प्लस 10%, परसेंट पर मतलब डिवाइड बाय 100, cent meaning 100 of I1 is 1280. See, it is nothing but 1280 plus 0000 cancel 128, and see it becomes what? 8 plus 0 is 8, 2 plus 8 is 10, carry 1, 1 plus 2 is 3 plus 1 4 is 1240. See, this only, isn't it? So I mean,
Yes, sir.
this is just an idea to you, that is in case जब कोई बहुत हायर लेवल पे आपको जल्दी जल्दी करना है तो आप ऐसे भी कर सकते हैं, I2 ऐसे भी निकाल सकते हैं, बट आई एम रबिंग इट राइट नाउ because I have got a third part to address to, and that third part with the black color, I remember, goes like this. The total amount due to him at the end of 3 years. तो हमें पूरी कहानी लेके चलनी पड़ेगी भैया।
Yes,
I2
sir.
है तो पहले A2 निकालो। A2 will be P2 plus I2, that is, because स्पेस कम है इसलिए मैं बगल में लिख रहा हूँ, आपको कायदे से नीचे लिखना चाहिए। तो P2 is 14080 plus 1408, and this will become the
Sir,
principal.
15488.
हाँ,
15488.
15488.
488. Yes, sir. 154.
So principal for the third year is actually equal to amount at the end of second year, and that is you have calculated for me, and I am very thankful to you before me that you have calculated.
Sir, interest 1548.8.
Oh, lovely, beautiful. So now I am in the
Sir, I have
process.
solved it.
Very good. I am very happy. So interest for the third year is now P3 into rate into time upon 100, and that is 15488 into 10 into 1
8.8.
upon 100. And see how convenient this 10% rate is actually. If you need to learn, keep the rate 10%. How easy that is. And that is you have calculated as 1548.80. When I say 0.8,
Sir,
this is a mistake where the students say, students have. I mean, when it is 0.8, always make it 0.80 because 0.8 is actually 0.80. 0.80. Okay. Yes, you want to say something? Somebody?
sir, I want to take the amount.
Okay, very good. So, I mean, first of all, before I know the amount from you, I must announce here that amount A3 should be equal to what? It should be
P3 plus I.
Very good.
P3 plus
I3.
I.
I3. If you will say wrong, you will do wrong. Say right, you will do right. P3 plus I3. P3 is what? 15488 plus I3 is 1548.80. Yes, Shreya. What is the answer for this?
17036.80.
Please repeat it. I could not follow.
170
170
36.80.
36.80. Okay. So let us verify. 0.80 will surely come. 8 plus 8 is 16. Carry 1. 8 plus 4, 12 plus 1, 13. 13 carry 1. Then this has also happened. 5 plus 5 plus 4 is 9 plus 1, 10. 10 carry 1. And then 1 plus 5 is 6 plus 1, 7. And this is the correct answer. Good, Shreya. So this is it. You have done it. Question number 4. I hope you understand that. Question number 5. From exercise 2.1 on compound interest. From ML Aggarwal. It says, the simple interest on a certain sum of money for 2 years at 12% per annum is 1380. Simple interest is 1380, and you know the simple interest is given by the formula PRT upon 100. And 1380 is equal to P, we don't know, on a certain sum. He says rate he has given as 12% and time he has given for 2 years upon 100. So we can easily calculate with this information the principal which was borrowed by him, and therefore you can see 1380 into 100 over 12 into 2 is equal to P. So see if anything can be cancelled. 2 can be cancelled for sure. This side 2 6 are 12 and 2 9s are 18, 690, and see whether if anything can cancel here. 3 4s are and 3 2s are and 3 3s are and 0s are, and see if anything can cancel again here, because I don't want to touch this because then multiplication has to happen. So I am going to see this side. So 4, okay, 2 it can go, 2 1s are 2 and 2 1s are 2, 2 1s are 2 and 2 5s are and 2s are. So it becomes actually 11500. I multiplied over 2 is equal to your P. So P comes out to be.
So you haven't cancelled it by 100? 200 to 250 that.
Because multiplication is easier. 115 into 100 multiplication is easier, so I have not cancelled. अगर मैं इसको काट देता तो फिर मुझे 50 से मल्टीप्लाई करके लिखना पड़ता है, ऐसे मैंने डायरेक्टली लिख दिया. अब डिवीजन बाय 2 इज इजियर देन मल्टीप्लाइंग बाय 50 समथिंग. व्हाट यू से? So 2 5s are 10. You can see 2 5s are 10 and 2 7s are 14. 5 0 is your P. Okay, now question doesn't end here. I hope you are understanding what I am doing.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes.
first thing is we have to calculate the sum of money. So we have.
Sum of money is equal to 5750.
So I hope that answer is matching at the back.
Yes, sir.
The second part of which we have to find is the compound interest. Now I have to calculate the compound interest on the same sum, on this sum, for 1 full year, payable half yearly at the same rate. Payable half yearly at the same rate. That is, rate is 12% per annum. So very clearly, at the end of first half year, at the end of the first half year, I say he is getting an interest I1. So what that must be? That must be equal to PRT upon 100. P is 5750. Rate is 12% per annum. But here it's only 6 months which have passed. So 6% per annum means, 12% per annum means 6% per half annum. Either you can take it that way, or if you want, no sir, rate is 12%, put it 12%, I am putting 12%, okay. So time is half year. So you can put time as half year. तो दो लॉजिक हैं यहाँ पर. या तो आप रेट को 6% पुट कर दीजिए कि 12% पर ईयर है, तो आधे साल का 6% हो गया, तो इसलिए वो 6 महीने का जो समय है वो 1 टाइम पीरियड हो गया, तो टाइम को 1 पुट करना पड़ेगा, टाइम पीरियड, क्योंकि एक टाइम पीरियड पूरा हो गया. या तो ये लॉजिक आप पुट करिए, या दूसरा लॉजिक ये हो सकता है कि नहीं सर, रेट तो 12% दिया हुआ है पर एनम, तो रेट 12% पुट कर दिया. तो टाइम इस केस में पर एनम, अगर रेट आप पुट करें तो टाइम तो एनम के केस में, मतलब ईयर के केस में आधा ही साल हुआ ना, 6 महीना. तो इसलिए बात कहाँ, चाहे इधर से पकड़ो चाहे उधर से पकड़ो, ये दोनों कट के आपस में 6 ही देंगे,
6
upon 100. So very clearly you can see this becomes equal to what? 5 7 5. I cancel 1 0 here, and you see this becomes 6 over 10. So that makes it 6 5s are 30, 0, carry 3, 42 45, carry 4, 6 5s are 34, with 110 over, and therefore this becomes rupees 345. But this is only the interest after 6 months. This is only the interest after 6 months. So therefore, principal for the second time period becomes principal for the first time period plus interest for the first time period. And that is, principal for the first time period was 5750 and interest for the first time period was 345. So that makes it how much? 5 plus 4 9, 3 plus 7 10, carry 1 6, 6095. This was the principal for the second half year, second time period, second half year, and therefore I need to calculate interest for the second half year, and that comes out to be again PRT upon 100, but P this time is 6095 into rate. Again, if I am putting 12, then time is half year over 100. So this becomes equal to what? We can cancel. See, I can divide this by 5, I suppose. So 5 1s are 5, 5 2s are 10, 5 1s are 5, and 5 9s are 45 into 6 over 5 4s are 5 2s are 10 and 0. So I can cancel this by 2 also, that is 10, and this becomes 3. So this becomes 3 9s are 27, carry 2, 3 1s are 3 4 5, and 3 2s are 6, and 3 1s are 3 over 10. So this becomes 365.7, and 0.7 means 0.70, because it's after 0.7 0.7 means 0.70 in case of rupees and paisas. So this is your interest for the second year. But what I'm supposed to tell here is the amount
Compound interest.
at the end of, not compound interest. Oh yes, the compound interest on this sum for 1 year payable half yearly at the same rate. So I'm supposed to tell the entire interest which he has to pay. So either I can find from here A2, and from A2 you subtract P to get I. That is what I'm trying to suggest here, is that either you calculate here amount at the end of second time period, that will be equal to your
P plus
P2 plus I2, and that is nothing but 6095 plus 365.70, and that will give you 0.70. 5 plus 5 is 10, carry 1. 7 plus 9 is 16, carry 1. 1 plus 3 is 4, that is 6. 60.70. This is the amount at the other end of second year, second time period, I'm sorry. And therefore the interest is nothing but A minus final A, that is A which is final, minus P which is initial, and that is equal to 6460.70 minus initial P was 5750, and that will become how much? Let me calculate for you. This comes out to be 0.70 for sure. 0 minus 0 is 0, 6 minus 5 is 1, and you see 14 minus 7 is 7, and this becomes 5 minus 5 is 0. 710.70 rupees. This is one way of finding the total interest due at the end of 1 year if payable half yearly. And second way is more simpler, that is I will be equal to I1 plus I2. You have calculated your I1 here and you have calculated your I2 here. So simply I is equal to I1 plus I2. So you could have done, that is, this is alternately, not both things you have to do. This is alternately, you could have done this, that is 345 plus 365.70, and this comes out to be, you can see 0.70, 5 plus 5 is 10, carry 1, 10, 11, carry 1, 710.70, same as this, see. So I hope, did you follow this? Hopefully yes, you followed. With you question number 8, wherein a man invests 5,000, so principal is 5,000 for 3 years. So all 3 years will be taken separately. I will be calculating interest for every 1 year using the formula PRT upon 100, because this formula works in compound interest only for 1 year at a time. So that is why I am not putting time equal to 3 years here. A man invests 5,000 for 3 years. I am only interested in the first year. Compounded annually at the end of 1 year, this amounts to, this is your principal for the first year, and it amounts to at the end of 1 year as 5600. Aha! So that gives me a clue that I can calculate interest. I1, that is interest for the first year, is A1 minus P1, isn't it? That is 5600, and you can do it orally, believe me. आप 5600 में से 5000 directly minus करके लिख सकते हैं 600. And therefore you are eligible now to use this formula I is equal to PRT upon 100. So I here is 600, P you know is 5000, rate you don't know, so you put it R. Time is 1 year and upon 100, and it's just a play for you now. You can see, you can cancel 2 zeros here. R into 1 is R only, and 50 goes on the other side and divide. So 600 divided by 50 is equal to your R, isn't it? So R becomes what? You can easily play with it. 0, 0 cancels. 5 ones are 5 and 2, 12%. This rate. You have calculated the first part, that is the rate of interest per annum, and now you are on your voyage to calculate the second part. This was your first part done. And now you are doing the second part. The interest occurred, that is calculated or happened in the second year. What interest he has to get for the second year, that is I2 आपको निकालना है. So for that, first of all, you need to know your P2, principal for the second year. Principal for the second year is nothing but the amount at the end of 1 year. Because you see, amount for the end, whatever is the principal at the end, what is the principal for the first year, added to the interest, that is 600. P1 plus I1 will give you the P2. So P2 is actually A1, and that is equal to 5600. And rate is already been calculated by you, and time, of course, in your compound interest formulas will always be 1 year. So you need to calculate what I2, and that is equal to P2RT over 100. So that makes it 5600 into rate is 12, time is 1 upon 100, and see, it's simply 56 into 12 for you. So 56 into 10 is 560, and 2 into 56 is 112. Isn't it? What I am doing? Yeah, 112. And so it becomes 672. You may have a different method of calculating. This is one of the methods I am suggesting. 56 into 12 meaning 56 into 10 plus 2. So 56 into 10 is 560. And then 2 into 56 can easily be calculated as 112 and add both. You get this. So this becomes your interest for the second year. That is the answer. You could have gone by the traditional method of multiplying 56 by 12. Again, it means the same thing only. I calculated these two rows directly. Bas itna sa hai. That is 2 6 are 12. Carry 1, 2 5 are 10, 11, 1 6 6, 1 5 are 5. So 560 plus 112. It is same thing. See, isn't it? So this becomes the interest for the second year. I hope you are understanding this. And then
Yes, sir.
I have to calculate the amount at the end of the third year. So amount at the end of the third year meaning I need to calculate this.
P plus SI.
So first of all, I need to calculate my A2. A2 will be P2 plus I2. That is 5600 plus 672. And that makes it 2, 7, 6 plus 6 is 12, carry 1, 6, 2, 7, 2. A2 will become your P3. Whatever is the amount at the end of second year will become the principal for the third year. And from this I can calculate I3. But mind you, we have to tell the A3. So I3 will not be the answer. I had to add I3 to P3 to get A3. So I3 will be equal to 6272 into rate is 12 into 1 upon 100. So this is some serious business. I need to multiply it properly. So if you multiply 6272 with 12, and you can follow my method, that is multiply it with 10 and then multiply it with 2 and then add it. So you will get 75264 upon 100. I've got a battle machine in my hand, so I can do that. So upon 100, that makes it 752.64. But mind you, this is not your answer. This is your I3. And I need to find A3, which is P3 plus I3. P3 is 6272 plus I3, which is 752.64. And this comes out to be equal to, I'll do it here. So 0.64 for sure. 2 plus 2 is 4. 5 plus 7 is 12. Carry 1. 3 plus 7 is 10. That is 7024.64. Okay? Is that the answer at the back?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I hope you have understood this. Doing with you question number 15 of exercise 2.1. A sum of rupees 9600 is invested for 3 years at 10% per annum at compound interest. What is the sum due at the end of the first year? So principal becomes the principal for the first year, that is 9600. Rate is given as 10% per annum. So very clearly, with the help of this P1, R being 10% and time for 1 year is 1, you can use the formula to calculate I1. I1 is equal to P1 into R, that is 10, into 1 over 100. So that comes out to be 960. So interest for the first year is 960. But we are supposed to tell what is the sum due at the end of first year. Sum due meaning A1. So A1 becomes equal to P1 plus I1. That is nothing but 9600 plus 960. And that comes out to be how much? 0, 6, 9,
Sir.
15. Yes, beta.
So it's question
Should
number
be
13.
10,560 amount.
Yes, it's question number not 15. I'm so sorry. You discovered it right. This is question number 13 I am doing actually. I'm so sorry. I am doing question number 13 from exercise 2.1. Thank you for rectifying it. And yes,
Sir.
your answer is also correct. 10,10560. Yes, Shreya, you want to say something?
No, sir, I want to just tell the amount.
Okay, that amount is this only?
10,560, yes, sir.
Excellent. Very good. So this is the first part done quite easily. Coming to the second part of this. Second part of this says, what is the sum due at the end of the second year? Sum due at the end of the simple, but they have asked it in so many parts. That is, whatever is the amount due at the end of 1 year will become the principal for the second year. And with this principal for the second year, you can now calculate interest for the second year. As whatever is the principal of second year will be written here, 560 into rate is 10%, into time is 1 upon 100. And you manage to get these zeros cancelled. So you are left with 1056. This is the interest for the second year.
So can it be I1 plus 10% of I1?
Yeah, it can also be. It can also be done by I1 plus 10% of I1 to calculate I2. So therefore, now your A2 becomes P2 plus I2, and that becomes equal to 10560 plus 1056, and that comes out to be how much? Let us add. 6, 5 plus 6 is 11, carry 1, 6, 1 and 1. Check me if I am wrong anywhere. I am usually...
No, sir, my answer is same, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
11616. Good. So this becomes your amount at the end of second year, what we were supposed to answer in the second part. What is the sum due at the end of the second year? This is the sum due at the end of the second year. Third part of it now asks, find the compound interest earned in 2 years. What is the compound interest earned in 2 years?
Sir, may I tell?
So yes, please go ahead.
The compound interest equals to A minus principal. So the original principal is 9,600
Okay.
minus amount is 11,616.
Very good. You have done the right thing. That is, compound interest for 2 years is nothing but the final amount minus the initial principal, and that is equal to 11616 minus 9600, and that comes out to be, you can calculate, 6 minus 0 is 6, 1 minus 0 is 1, 6 minus 6 is 0, 11 minus 9 is 2016. Alternately, Mahima is going to tell that we can also find what? How? Alternately, CI for 2 years can also be found as, yes,
So I1 plus 10% of I1.
that is I2. So
Oh,
CI
yes, sir.
for 2 years will be I1 plus
yes.
I2. अगर पहले साल का इंटरेस्ट जो हमने निकाला है वो और जो सेकेंड ईयर का इंटरेस्ट निकाला है वो दोनों जोड़ देंगे तो नेट इंटरेस्ट आ जाएगा.
Yes,
जो
sir.
तुम बता रही हो वो I2 कैलकुलेट करना है कि I2 कैसे कैलकुलेट करें. फर्स्ट ईयर के इंटरेस्ट पे 10% निकाल के फर्स्ट ईयर के इंटरेस्ट पे जोड़ दिया जाए तो सेकेंड ईयर का इंटरेस्ट आ जाता है. लेकिन सेकेंड ईयर का इंटरेस्ट हमारा आके रखा हुआ है ये, और फर्स्ट ईयर का इंटरेस्ट भी आके रखा हुआ है हमारे पास. तो अगर हम इन दोनों इंटरेस्ट को जोड़ दें तो CI फॉर 2 ईयर्स आ जाएगा. देखो कितना आएगा, 960 प्लस 1056, and to your surprise you will see that this will also come the same. See, 6, 5 plus 0 is 5, 0 plus 6 is 6. Oh, I'm adding it wrong. It's 960. So 6 plus 0 plus 6 is 6, And 6 plus 5 is 11, carry 1, and 9 plus 1 is 10. So have I added it wrong? There's something wrong here. 6 plus 0 is 6, 5 plus 6 is 11, carry 1, 0 plus this is 7 actually, my dear. See, we have done a mistake here. You have also done a mistake, Shreya. So see, it is 11716. So it is
Okay, sir.
2116 actually. So it is 2, it is 2116. See, 6 plus 0 is 6, 5 plus 6 is 11, carry 1, which comes here, and 1 plus 9. What is happening? I am not able to add even. 1056, 7, 960, 6, 11, carry 1, 10, 2. Oh my god, I have all mixed up. 2016. And now let us check it here. From exercise 2.1, it says the simple interest on a certain sum of money for 2 years at 10% per annum is 1600. Simple interest for 2 years, if given, equal to 1600, therefore simple interest for 1 year will be equal to 1600 upon 2, and that is equal to 800, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Then,
Yes, sir.
if simple interest for 1 year is this, therefore compound interest for 1 year will also be equal to this, that is simple interest for 1 year is same as compound interest of 1 year, and that is equal to 800. For first year, the simple interest is same as compound interest. So compound interest for 1 year is 800. Now what we are supposed to find here? It says find the amount due and the compound interest on this sum of money at the same rate after 3 years. So to find the amount, we need to have the principal, and which we don't have. So we will preserve this CI for 1 year for our later use, but right now, with the help of this formula, simple interest is equal to PRT upon 100, either using the SI for 2 year or using the SI for 1 year. Say I am using the SI for 1 year. I know that simple interest is 800. For what principal we don't know. Rate given is
10%.
10% into time is 1 year upon 100. So clearly you can see that this 0 and 0 cancel, and this 10 goes and multiplies on the other side, becomes 8,000 is equal to your P. That is the sum involved here, या sum borrowed here is rupees 8,000. Did this you follow? प्रिंसिपल फाइंड करना
Yes,
जरूरी
sir.
था, क्योंकि प्रिंसिपल
sir.
अगर आपने फाइंड नहीं करा होता तो आप
Yes,
अमाउंट
sir.
कैसे निकालते? तो आपने सम बोरोड निकाल लिया 8,000 रुपीज. Once you have calculated the sum borrowed 8,000 rupees, this becomes your P1, and I1 is already you have calculated 800, and therefore you can find A1, which will become your P2, and that will be 8,000 plus 800, and that becomes 8,800.
8,800.
So that was the benefit of calculating CI of 1 year equal to SI of 1 year, that is 800. We directly could reach to A1. This will become the principal for the second year, and therefore you can calculate I2 now using this 8,800. 8,800 into rate is 10%, into time is 1 upon 100. So you could see that 2 zeros cancel and you are getting 880.
880.
So this becomes the interest for the second year. This will fetch you the amount for the second year, and that is equal to P2 plus I2. I hope this side of the board is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So
Yes,
this
sir.
becomes
Sir, 680.
8800 is the principal, and 880 you need to add to, isn't it? So you found out to be 0, 8, 8 plus 8 is 16, carry 1, 9680. Check me if I am wrong.
Yes, sir. 9680.
Okay, 9680 is the right answer. This becomes the amount at the end of the second year, which is also will now be nominated as principal for the third year, because nothing is that what he is returning. So he is not returning anything. So this becomes the principal for the third year. With the help of this, you will calculate the interest for the third year. That is 9680 into 10 into time is 1 upon 100. And therefore you can see it comes out to be 968 because 2 zeros gets cancelled. So I3 comes out to be 968. Therefore you can calculate A3 as P3, which is 9680 plus 968. So this comes out to be, you can see,
10648.
6 plus 8 is 14, carry 1, 10, 16, carry 1, 10648. Yes, you said it the same. So 10648 rupees. This is the final answer. That means we were supposed to tell the amount due and the compound interest on this sum at the end of 3 years. So very clearly amount due is 10648, but still we need to find the net CI or net CI, and that will be equal to A3 minus P1, and that comes out to be 10648.
So may I tell?
Yes, please go ahead and tell.
2648.
Excellent, that is the right answer. So this becomes 2648 rupees. This becomes the answer for CI. We have found CI, and this is the answer for amount. We have found the amount at the end of 3 years. So this is how. This was a very simple one. You shouldn't have. That shows that you need to work a little harder when it comes to compound interest, because now it's a time that you must be doing all these sums yourself. So I hope this is clear to everyone. Question number 15 says that there are two friends here, Vikram and Venkat. Vikram borrowed rupees 20,000 from the bank at 10% per annum simple interest. He lent it to his friend Venkat at the same rate immediately, maybe, but compounded annually. Find his gain after 2.5 years. So simple interest is quite simple. You can calculate it directly. Simple interest for 2.5 years will be calculated directly using the formula PRT upon 100. So here P is how much? How much he is borrowing? He is borrowing 20,000. So 20,000 is the principal. Rate is
10% annum.
10%. Time is 2.5 years. So 2.5 years meaning 5 upon 2 of the years. 2.5 makes it 5 upon 2 and upon 100. So see, simple interest can be calculated simply, directly. So you can cancel these 2 zeros and
2 1 is 2, 2 5 is 10.
Cancel 2 this with 100. So make it 100, because multiplying with 100 is easier. So 5 with 1, 2, 3 zeros, 5,000. Simple, 5,000 rupees comes, and therefore you can make it 1 so that you can remember it, that he needs to return this much extra to the bank along with 20,000 for 2.5 years what he has borrowed at 10%. Now, he lends that money immediately. He takes it from the bank and he lends it to his friend, but at compound interest. So therefore we go step by step. Now see, principal now as he lends rupees 20,000 immediately to his friend. So principal for the first year is 20,000. We know all the rates same, 10%. So amount at the end of 1 year can be calculated using the same formula PRT upon 100. That is, I said I can use the same formula for compound as well as the simple interest. The only difference is that for compound interest, when we are using, we can use it only for 1 year at a time. So amount at the end of 1 year, interest at the end of 1 year can be calculated as 20,000 into rate is 10%.
10.
Time is 1 year, because interest is compounded annually. See, it says compounded annually, so no half years involved here. Though time is 2.5 years, but compounded annually. So first year is full 1 year, second year is full 1 year. When last में time नहीं बचेगा तो time half year रख देंगे. So upon 100, so this will become, you can see, it will become rupees 2,000. So therefore amount at the end of 1 year will be 20,000
P1 plus I1.
I1, that is 2,000, and that makes it 22,000. And this amount at the end of 1 year will become the principal for the second year. This will become the principal for the second year, and therefore
Yes,
I2 can be calculated using this P2, which is 22,000 now, into rate
into 10 into 1.
time is 1. Again for second year, time is 1 year upon 100. So you can see 2 zeros goes off, and this comes out to be 2200. With this you can calculate amount at the end of second year. That will be equal to P2, which is 22,000 plus 2,200. That makes it 24,200. Your amount at the end of second year, and this will, mind you, becomes the principal for the third year, or for third, whatever time left.
P3.
Whatever time left. So from this you can calculate I3, that is a third interest, which is only for the 6 months, because
P3.
2.5 year. So this becomes P3. So I calculate I3. So I3 is 24,200 into rate is 10% per annum. So 10. But mind you, यहाँ पर time is not 1 year, because only आधा साल और बचा है. 1 साल बीत गया, दूसरा साल बीत गया, 2.5 साल के लिए, तो आधा ही साल बच रहा है. मजबूरी में हमें यहाँ पर टाइम को आधा साल, not because interest is compounded semi-annually, not because of that, but टाइम ही आधा साल बचा है हमारे पास, तो इसलिए टाइम हाफ ले लिया upon 100. So you can see these two zeros cancel, 2 ones are, and 2 can be cancelled here to make it 1 2 1 into 10, or you can say 1 2 1 0. Therefore amount at the end of the third time period, it doesn't mean amount at the end of
P3 plus I3.
it doesn't mean amount at the end of 2.5 years. It means amount at the end of third calculation is P3, that is 24,200 plus 1210.
Plus 1210.
So that makes it how much? 0 1 4 5 and 2. Obviously compound interest earned by him will be A3 minus
A3
P1.
minus P1.
So that is equal to 25410 minus 20,000. So that makes out 45410. So he has to pay 1 to the bank, but he is getting 2 from his friend. And clearly 2 is more than 1. So he's earning a profit out of it. So profit he earned is equal to 5410 minus 5,000, and that is equal to rupees 410. So this much amount he gets out of this deal after 2.5 years. Is that clear to everyone? Number 17 from exercise 2.1. ML Aggarwal says Mr. Dubey borrowed rupees 10,000, 1, 10, 100,000, 10,000 lakh. Oh, sorry, 1, 10, 100,000, 10,000 lakh. It's 1 rupee, 1 lakh.
1 lakh.
Mr. Dubey borrowed 1 lakh rupees from State Bank of India at 11% per annum compound interest. He repays 41,000 at the end of the first year and 47,700 at the end of the second year. Find the amount outstanding at the beginning of the third year, meaning P3.
Sir, same question
P3.
as example 10.
Oh, this is the same question as example 10. Okay, let us.
Sir, quite same.
But values, magnitude may be the difference. Huh?
Yes, sir.
So here the principal is 1 lakh. This is 10,000, 1, 10, 100,000, 10,000 lakh. Rate is 11%. And therefore, this is the P1, this is the rate. I can calculate I1. I1 will be equal to P1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These zeros are very troubling. 1 upon 100. So you see 2 zeros to reduce my trouble. It becomes 11,000 as the interest at the end of 1 year. So therefore amount at the end of 1 year will be equal to 1 lakh, 1, 10, 100,000, 10 lakh plus
That's
11,000. So that is 1 lakh 11,000. Some kind of a shagan is happening here, I suppose. So 1,11,000 रुपए का नेट अमाउंट उस पर ड्यू हो गया है, जो उसको चुकाना है बैंक को, और वो पागल होने जा ही रहा है इसको कि यानी मैं क्या करूं कि उसके हाथ में थोड़ा पैसा लग जाता है, and he repays. Before this could have been the principal for the second year. Before this he repays. He repays
41,000.
41,000. And therefore, principal for the second year now is not 111,000, but less than this. This much less, because he pays it. Once
Yes,
paid,
sir.
no interest will be charged on that. So that becomes what? We can calculate. See, 3 0 में से 3 0 चले गए हैं. So 1 minus 1 is 0. 4th 0 comes, and 11 minus 4 is 7. 70,000. So अब उसके दिमाग में है कि मुझे 70,000 रुपया उसके पास प्रिंसिपल हो गया. This is the principal for the second year. So interest will be calculated only on this. So 70,000 into rate is 11%, time is, as in case of compound interest, is always 1 year upon 100. So you see it becomes what? 7,700. 77 with 2 more zeros, 7,700. This much is interest due on him, and therefore this is going to give you the amount at the end of the second year, that is equal to
I2 plus P2.
P2, which is 70,000, and plus 7,700. Some kind of a magic is happening here. See, it was 111,000, now it is 777,000. 77,700. This would have been the principal for the third year had he not returned anything in the end of the second year, and that would have been amount outstanding on his head at the beginning of the third year. But to his
But he
savings,
returned
he
47,700.
repays. Yes, he again repays. How much? He repays
47,700.
47,700. So he is very calculative in his mind. He is paying that much कि वो आखिरी वाला पूछ उसका गायब हो जा रहा है. So 47,700 he repays itna. Therefore, principal at the end, the beginning of the third year, that is the amount outstanding on his head, is not 77,700 but less by 47,700, and that comes out to be exactly how much? See, all getting cancelled. 7 minus 4 is 3, 30,000 rupees. So at the beginning of the third year, outstanding on his head is the amount 30,000, for which interest will be calculated for the third year had they asked for it. But they have not asked for it. They only ask us to. No, they ask us. They are saying find the amount outstanding at the beginning of the third year. Okay, now they are not asking me the amount outstanding at the end of the third year. They are asking me the amount outstanding. Amount word is very confusing. So when they ask amount for the third year, this would have been at the end of the third year. But they are very clear in saying that find the amount outstanding at the beginning of the third year. So this is at the beginning of the third year. This is at the beginning of the third year. Had they asked what is the amount at the end of third year, we would have calculated I3 and then found A3. This is actually the amount which is outstanding on him at the beginning of the third year.
On the third year.
I think this I am making sufficiently clear in your mind. From exercise 2.1 of ML Aggarwal, class 9, this says Jaya borrowed rupees 50,000 for 2 years. The rate of interest for 2 successive years are 12% and 15% respectively. She repays rupees 33,000 at the end of the first year. Find the amount she must pay at the end of the second year to clear the debt. So, principal for the first year is 50,000. Rate for the first year is 12%. And therefore, if you calculate the amount at the end of first year, that can be calculated as by the formula. You could directly find, or maybe you can find by the formula I1, that is equal to 50,000 into rate is 12 into time is 1 upon 100. You have not done the formula yet, therefore we are doing it by 1 year method. So 12 5 is 60, gives you 6,000. That is interest for the first year happens to be 6,000. So now this will lead you to the amount at the end of the first year, that is equal to 50,000 plus 6,000. So that comes out to be 56,000. This is what is due at the end of the first year, and this would have become the principal for the second year had he not returned anything. But he has returned, she has in fact returned 33,000 at the end of the first year. So before calling it as a principal for the second year, this A1, this P2 will be A1 minus 33,000.
33,000.
That is, this 56,000 would have become the principal for the second year had she not returned this 33,000, but because she has returned this 33,000, therefore this much is reduced from 56,000. Please pardon me with for this all the sounds and noises around. So the kind of locality
Sir.
I'm in. So this becomes, yes beta?
Sir, 23,000.
Very good. This comes out to be 23,000. This becomes the principal for the second year, and thus we can calculate the interest now for the second year. Interest for the second year will be, this becomes the P, rate is now,
Into 15.
mind you, rate is also changed. Rate is no more a 12%. Rate is a kind of 15%. So into 15 into time is 1 upon 100. So this comes out to be 23, 230 into 15. So I mean, if you calculate it in rough, this side I am calculating it in rough. I mean, just to show you also.
Sir, 3,450.
3,000. How much, beta? Say it again.
3,450.
3450.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll just confirm this. 5 0 to 0, 5 3 the 15, carry 1, 5 2 the 10, 11, and then across here 0 3 2. So that makes it 0 5 4. Yes, you are absolutely correct when you say that. This is my rough work for the same. 3450 is the interest for the second year. And what we are supposed to find? We are supposed to find the amount she need to pay at the end of the second year to clear the debt. So she needs to pay how much? The P2
Sir,
that is
P2 plus I2.
plus I2, that is 3450. And this comes out to be how much? Let us calculate 2.
26450.
So this is what she is going to return at the end of the second year to clear her debt. This is the examination type sum. Usually they ask this kind of a question in the examination, in many of the examinations. I hope this is clear to everyone.